Welcome to Transforming Your City Radio with popular leadership expert coach Dr. Dave Robinson. Dave is a full-time executive leadership coach who travels the USA and oversees more than 250 days each year, helping leaders improve their skills and seeing their vision become a reality. He's authored 4 books on leadership and publishes a monthly e-newsletter read by more than 40,000 people in over 30 nations. Coach Dave tackles the 3 key leadership questions. What do you want? What do you have? And what's your plan to close the gap from what you have to what you want? This is where coaching begins, transforming your city. Now, here's Coach Dave Robinson, PhD.
Hello, I'm Coach Dave Robinson, and welcome to Transforming Your City right here on AM 1160, Hope for Your Life. This is the show that helps you develop your own personal skills so you can transform your city through your marketplace leadership.
And now let's check the coach's clipboard. Leadership coach Dr. Dave Robinson shares what's on his heart, giving you a fresh insight and revelation into transforming your city.
I'm often asked, why do you put so much emphasis on the marketplace? Well, let me ask you, why did Jesus and the first century church leaders, and especially the Apostle Paul, put so much emphasis and effort in the marketplace? I believe they probably did so because the marketplace touches everyone who lives regardless of where they live, either directly or indirectly. Even in the most remote areas of the world, what happens in the economic centers of the world affects everyone. It plays a part in every society and people group. It affects every political system, military power, and historic era from Cain and Abel to the present-day centers of power on Wall Street, London, Beijing, New Delhi, Tel Aviv, anywhere in the world. Consider the Athenian markets of Paul's day, the silk trade routes of Marco Polo, the gold mines of Africa, and the oil fields of the Arabian Peninsula. All have one thing in common. They are seeking to trade goods and barter services in order to earn money to survive and someday thrive and climb the social ladder. All hope to enrich and transform their lives and those of their loved ones. Only those who have more than they need to survive are able to give and to support the expansion of the kingdom. Jesus is always drawn to the marketplace. He was at the home with a business owner, tax collectors, and woman entrepreneurs. In Matthew chapter 9, he attended a dinner hosted by Matthew, a former tax collector, a brand new convert and now a faithful follower of Jesus. On another occasion, he went uninvited to the home of a crooked tax collector by the name of Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus had a heart change, not just a mind change. He made 400% restitution to those he had ripped off, and then Jesus pronounced the blessing on his home. A group of entrepreneurial ladies supported Jesus, a small business owner, and his team of marketplace types. Many of the stories and parables that Jesus shared had a marketplace flavor. One story told of a marketplace leader who gave various amounts of money to 3 individual investors and came back later for an accounting in Matthew chapter 25. 2 of them had doubled their money and were highly commended for their efforts. The third, out of fear of losing his seed, buried it in the ground and was chastised for not investing it wisely. The first 2 saw sound investment opportunities and increased, while the third waited for the perfect opportunity that never came. Everything about the Christian life is about increase, whether it's personal growth, souls, or finances. Marketplace leaders and ministers are a gift. Marketplace leaders are a gift to God's kingdom work just as much as church leaders are. Teachers and evangelists in the marketplace are just as important as they are in the church. Each has a clear God-given assignment to fulfill. For centuries, marketplace ministers, regrettably known as laymen, were marginalized and overlooked as a gift of God, given to enhance and extend His kingdom around the world. As a result, parachurch groups have sprung up to address the heart cry of many marketplace leaders who know they're called to ministers, not just support those who do a ministry. These marketplace ministers and leaders need to be recognized. They need to be affirmed and included as vital partners on the world evangelism team. Kingdom success is determined by how well church leaders teach, train, and coach their marketplace ministers to win every day. Jesus believed this, evidenced by how much time he spent with his own marketplace team. He totally ignored the ecclesiastical system of his day when laying the foundation for his kingdom. The church can no longer afford to ignore the greatest resource at her disposal, marketplace ministers and leaders, because that's where they spend 2/3 of their time, is in the marketplace. Why the marketplace? Because that's where the first and final battles for the kingdom are fought. Every major religion and political power that exists or ever existed knows that to win, you must control the world's resources in the marketplace. Any student of world history knows that fundamental fact. While the 21st century church seems confused or hesitant about having prophetic impact in the marketplaces of the world, the Apostle Paul never shared that same concern. He led the way as a marketplace minister, set the model for all of us to follow today.
It's the Coach's Playbook. Dave Robinson travels more than 250 days each year coaching globally to help transform cities and nations. With his effective teaching style, Dave presents today's leadership moment highly relevant for you and your city.
This week on the Coach's Playbook, from my recent leadership seminar at the 2016 Logos University Conference in Jacksonville, Florida, I know you're going to enjoy it. Reward the behavior you want and correct what you do not want. Reward the behavior you want. Correct. Now there's a difference between beating a person up and attacking their dignity as a person, or however you do that in between, is not what you want. You want to correct. You may have to rebuke and you may have to teach, but the ultimate goal is to correct behavior. See, here's an abuse of the gifts. Somebody that really has a pastor's heart will put up with people forever, it seems, before they finally, under pressure, under the gun, say, we've got to do something about this person. You should have done it 6 months ago, a year ago. And if you'd had a prophetically gifted person on your leadership team, they would have probably told you, you better fix this. And the apostolic leader says to the pastor gift, you better listen to the prophet who just told you, you better fix that and you better get it corrected. See, that's why you want to make sure you have the right gift in the senior position of leadership. They could be the greatest person since Zig Ziglar, room at the top. But if they don't have the gift to lead the team into the future, they shouldn't be at the head of the line. They in the line, but not at the head of the line. Number 6, pick the right person for every opportunity. Acts 15:28, it seems good to us and the Holy Ghost. I have an article or a CD I do on how the wrong people get on your team and what to do about it. See, if a wrong person gets on the team, don't blame the person, blame yourself. 90% of the leaders that call me, whether they're corporate people or church people or whatever venue they're in, after I listen to them for about an hour, they'll say, well, what's my biggest problem? I said, this is for men, probably the guy you shave in the morning is your biggest problem. I said, now if you can handle this, and you don't let your ego and your pride just stand in the way of your leadership development, I can help you. But all this stuff out here that you just told me about for the last hour, and you want me to go out there and work with your team, I said, why don't we just start working right here and get this fixed and then go together out there and work with your team? Because if I go now out there to work with your team, what do you think I'm going to hear about you from your team? I said, I don't like to have those kind of conversations. I will not have those kind of conversations because I'm committed to you. You're the leader here. My loyalty is to you. We can get it fixed, but are you ready? Because if you're not, just keep reading books on leadership, going to workshops and seminars. It's very safe there because you don't have to do anything there except listen and make up your mind whether you liked it or you didn't like it. Now, I said, I'm not a hurricane. I said, I used to be. Now I'm just a Chinese water torture. When I fly on those long flights, Dr. Travis, you'll appreciate this. You know, you get to know those people fairly well after a 15-hour flight from Atlanta to Johannesburg. And they all, what do you do? I said, I nudge people. You do what? I said, I nudge people. When I was young, I used to shove them, but they never came back. So now I just nudge them, and they come back. And then I see if they really want to have a conversation. I've had some wonderful conversations. I said, you know who nudges me the most? No. Who do you work for? I said, the king. You do? What country? Yeah, I'm an ambassador for him. What country? Worldwide. See, you delay as long as you can. You get them in. It's fun, isn't it? Pick the right person. Pick the gift before you pick the person. A, be slow to appoint to avoid having to disappoint. Don't fill every slot on your flow chart unless you fill them with the right person. You're better off with an empty flow chart than have the wrong person in there, because you used to just have one problem. Now you have two. You have the wrong person that you got to get out, and you still don't have the right person. Be careful how you qualify, how you look, how you interview. All of that is a process of getting on your team. B, develop superior judgment and evaluating potential. It's part of the picture, but never promote, never reward, and especially never hire on potential. That's wonderful. That's an add-on. No. Be careful. C, leave the position open rather than appointing less than ideal candidates. Next week on the Coach's Playbook is more in the Leadership Seminar series from the 2016 Logos University Conference in Jacksonville, Florida.
The second half of this week's Transforming Your City program is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to popular leadership expert, Coach Dr. Dave Robinson. Now you can receive Dave's monthly Transforming Your City e-news, read by more than 40,000 people in over 30 nations, free of charge. Visit transformingyourcity.com and sign up today. All we ask for is your email address, nothing more. Visit transformingyourcity.com. That's transformingyourcity.com and get on the Coach's e-news team today. It's time to get to work transforming your city. Idle in the Marketplace at the 11th hour is the popular must-read from Dr. Dave Robinson concerning the church's most important mandate. Connect with Coach Dave. Become a member of the team at transformingyourcity.com. With your donation of any amount, you'll have online access to the Idle in the Marketplace audiobook. For your contribution of $35 or more, we'll include a print version as well. Perfect for highlighting and taking notes, plus a print copy of Dave's popular 100 Leadership Nuggets, the perfect guide for those who want to lead well. Your gift will help Transforming Your City impact lives globally for the kingdom. And Transforming Your City is part of E41 Marketplace Ministries. Visit transformingyourcity.com today and look for Idle in the Marketplace offer. That's transformingyourcity.com. Here's our toll-free number, 844-706-1444. That's 844-706-1444. Toll-free 844-706-1444. Transformingyourcity.com. Transforming Your City with Dr. Dave Robinson. What do you want? What do you have? And what is your plan to close the gap from what you have to what you want? This is where coaching begins, transforming your city. Now, here's Coach Dave Robinson, PhD. Ask the Marketplace Leaders. In the course of his travels, Dr. Dave Robinson connects with leaders in all areas of influence, business, government, and church, and invites experts to join him in this segment. Let's learn from leadership that will help you transform your city.
On the program with me today is Lou Costable. Lou, I think we met down at Fona Corporation a few years ago when the president and owner of that corporation, who's a great Christian man, had these, I guess he had a monthly, and they talked about leadership issues and how Christians should operate in the marketplace, that kind of thing. It was a great experience. Well, you lost your father at 14?
Yeah.
And I lost my father at 15, and that gives us something in common. We both lost our fathers early in life. Do you see a need out there for young men today to have not just a physical father, but a spiritual father as well?
Well, the answer to that, it would be absolutely. I think the challenge with that is that they don't realize that. A lot like myself at 31, I didn't realize the piece I was missing. And the piece I was missing was the spirit piece, the hope, the future, the moving forward. I had some great friends at the time, and I look back again and see how the Lord had put those people in my life for different areas, whether it was an area of finance. There was a kind of a friend for that. There was a friend for, working out and lifting weights, and there was a friend for discipline and hard work. I had some family members who were hard workers and good examples. But, the Lord's going to give it to you in different ways. I mean, for people who don't have a father, he will be the father to the fatherless. But at the same time, you have to make wise decisions on who you choose as your friends. And I think if you make wise decisions and really look at who you have around you, it'll work out in your favor. The other thing, David, that I've noticed just in the last couple of years, is that I'm not chasing so many people who I want to chase. I'm kind of paying more attention to who's looking for me, whether it's they need help with a resume or it's a neighbor in the neighborhood, rather than I'm interested in that person, so I'm going to go after them. Even like the example of today. I mean, you called me up and we had some lunch and had some fun, and here I am today talking with you on the radio, and really pleased because you're an outstanding business coach. So it's really my honor to be here.
The Bible says that we have many instructors but few fathers.
Yes.
And I really miss my father through, some crucial years in life. I had, I spent a lot of time in the Boy Scouts, and I had some men that were part of that and meant a lot to me. But, if people are listening today, and I love what you said about people chasing you rather than you chase people. I think many times we forget that God sets up divine appointments.
Yes.
We can make the human appointments, but God sets up the divine appointments. You spent a lot of years in the martial arts, and I've been around. I kid with my grandkids since the earth crust hardened, and you hear a lot of criticism by the church world about martial arts. Sure. And the connection. Could you clear some things up for people today?
Yeah, I've taken a lot of time on that question, and it's on our website, truepowermartialarts.com. Is there a spiritual side to martial arts? My answer to that question is yes, but there's actually a spiritual side to almost every area of martial arts. So you have to be very cautious of what martial arts style you put yourself in, what martial arts style, and the bottom line, David, is the very simple answer is, who are you following? Are you following Buddha? Are you following Buddhist monks? Are you a Shaolin priest? Are you, a follower of Jesus Christ? Are you a follower of whatever religion you want to go after? So you're going to believe what you want to believe, so to speak. But it is, I think, most important if a parent is looking for something for their kid, or I'm probably older than most of the parents that are listening to this show, so if they wanted to join as well with their kids, what they really want to do is they want to look for that spirit piece first, rather than, when you think of martial arts, you think of the body piece first. And transparently, I started martial arts because I wanted to kick some people's rear ends, and I didn't go in with the best intention, but thankfully. And this goes back again that when you lose your own father, how you'll have mentors. My mentor was like, look, Lou, we're going to do the right things, and we're going to really work hard. And so to speak, the only person who's going to get nailed is going to be someone who really earns it and who is a real violator of you, not your friends who are not treating you right, or a cousin or this and that. So I had good foundational people around me even before I was a Christian. And it's funny because many of those people now are Christians. Or have converted into Christianity because they already had the mind and the body in the right spot, and they just needed, like myself, something to make you aware of this area. That I think that's the big problem with kids who don't have fathers, is nobody's making them aware of, you should look at this area of your life.
It's time to ask the coach. In this segment, Dr. Dave Robinson goes to the phones, social media, and emails to answer questions directly coming in from thousands of weekly listeners to transforming your city.
I'm Coach Dave Robinson, and you can ask your question on Ask the Coach. Call us toll-free at 844-706-1444. That's 844-706-1444. You can also email me at dave@transformingyourcity.com, or use the contact form on our transformingyourcity.com website, or send us a message on our Transforming Your City Facebook page. In today's Ask the Coach Corner, I want to respond to a question sent to us by Jim, who caught the program on our transformingyourcity.com website. His question is, I hear a lot about teams and teamwork. Why do some teams work and other teams don't? Well, teams have been studied to death in recent years, and the verdict is in. Some are a success and some are a disaster. Few are in the middle. The key is how they are led and how they are managed, and whether senior leaders really support them. Most of the time, when teams or individuals are not producing well, the team leader is the problem. Since most team leaders are really managers disguised as a leader, they commit two common errors. First, they act like a boss, telling everyone what to do and how to do it. Or second, they think they've empowered the team, but in reality, they have abandoned their team. Here are 5 problems common to all teams. First, unhealthy conflict, which is evidenced by personal attack, sarcasm, lack of support, and aggressive behavior. The remedy is clarify the issue immediately and confront if necessary, but focus on behavior and stop attacking people's character or personality. Create a plan for healthy conflict resolution. The second one is they have trouble in reaching consensus on key issues. The evidence is they take rigid positions and opinions and have the same old arguments with no new information or solutions being offered. The remedy is find some small agreements along the way. Ask what will it take to agree and discuss the outcomes if the lack of compromise continues. Third, communication failure. The evidence is members constantly interrupting and talking over one another, past one another, or not talking at all, and everyone dances around the real issues. Here's the remedy. Create norms for discussions. Actively solicit other views, especially from people who don't want to contribute much, and consider outside coaching. Get someone in there who has no dog in the fight. Number 4, there is a lack of progress. The evidence is assignments are not completed or frequently not on time, poor participation levels, and low engagement and energy at your meetings. What's the remedy? Provide clear assignments and performance agreements, challenging but reachable goals, and productive debriefings outlining the cause and effect results. Number 5, poor leadership. Leaders acting like a one-man show, or the leader is a poor delegator. You don't have a well-defined mission, vision, values, and strategy statements, and the leader apparently has no team-building skills. What's the remedy? Find a new leader and allow the current one to manage what he does best. If the current leader has leadership potential, put him or her on a development track before assigning them to lead another team. What makes you a good team member will hurt you as a team leader unless you understand what adjustments that you need to make. Some great people are never able to make the move from being a team member to being a team leader. They are great producers as a team member, but fail in getting the team to produce. When you move from being a great team member and try to be a team leader, you have to make adjustments on how you invest your time. It's no longer about just what you can do. It's now what you can get your team to do. I want to encourage all leaders of organizations out there, whether it's a church or a business, make sure you have a leader, someone who knows how to create a compelling vision for the future and how to build a team to get there. Do not put a manager, someone who's energized by today's challenges, in a place of leadership. It never works, and it never will. Why do some teams work and others don't? It's usually because you have a manager trying to be a leader rather than a leader helping all the managers manage today well.
You're listening to Dave Robinson's Transforming Your City radio program. We appreciate your being part of the Transforming Your City movement. Leadership coach Dave Robinson's fervent hope is to help you as you reach your own full potential as a marketing leader who's fully involved in transforming your city. That's why connecting with Coach Dave is such an important step. Visit transformingyourcity.com. That's transformingyourcity.com. While there, make sure to sign up on the homepage for your free email subscription to Coach Dave's monthly Transforming Your City e-magazine. Sign up soon because Coach Dave is launching a series of Transforming Your City equipping events. We'd love to see you at one of our upcoming events. Want to learn more about the Transforming Your City one-day equipping events? Give our Transforming Your City's offices a call toll-free at 844-706-1444. That's 844-706-1444.
You've been listening to the Transforming Your City radio program with popular leadership expert, author, speaker, mentor, minister, Coach Dr. Dave Robinson. For more information on transforming your city, visit us on the web, transformingyourcity.com. That's transformingyourcity.com. Or give us a call toll-free at 844-706-1444. Again, that's 844-706-1444. Toll-free, 844-706-1444. Transforming Your City is powered by E41 Marketplace Ministries and the Fellowship. Visit us online at transformingyourcity.com.